Hello and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blank Gates. Ran around on my bicycle this morning. It was a good time. This is use cases for Marcelo. Now, the thing is, I don't know if this is necessarily for Marcelo. This is a general use cases video. The situation is this. I would like you to take on the role of a meeting strategist for a high-level discussion between two business partners. In our business, my partner is the CEO, and I am the founder and also a consultant. We are partners in the business and hold 50% of the shares each. So the thing is that, you should never have a 50-50 relationship. There has to be a driver and a passenger. Otherwise, it's going to be worse. The thing is that, marriages are 50-50. Businesses cannot be. Okay, of course. So we need to talk about objectives. This is the very beginning. It was a really kind of a slow start. It's okay, all right, well, what's the objective? Discuss the financial condition of the business and arrive at an understanding of the real situation to create an action plan and solve issues. Could you point out topics? All right, and which documents? All right, so, okay, we got financial statements, revenue streams, expenses, cost reduction, assessment of current debts, financial cash flow management, forecasting, action plan. All right, so then it goes into the actual, the actual documents for each of these things. So there you go, we got everything. But, okay, so we want number 2. So both partners, we want to have the same information, the same understanding of the situation and data. We want to be able to feel like we both know what's going on, what steps we need to take to move forward. So how do we guide the conversation? Well, first you set the tone and then you review. So we're still in very basic ideas, right? All right, so how do we set the tone? Now, it gives us thank you for joining me today. It's, whatever. You can read this later. But it's too long, so it gives us a short one. It's important for us to align our understanding of the company's financial situation. So we got to dig deeper. So how can we structure this? Review financial data together. So as you discuss each agenda item, review the relevant financial data and documents together, ensure the partners have access to the same information, take time to explain. See, we're still not getting there yet, right? So now finally, he said, okay, really the problem is that I'm a 50-50 partnership and the other partner is GM and I think the company's going bankrupt. What do I do? Okay, so sometimes it takes time for people to really tell you, what is the problem? He's like, I'm afraid. Okay, so also I asked, is there somebody else in the company that we can talk to about this? How do we really get to this thing? Specifically cost-cutting measures, renegotiating debts, improving cash flow management, exploring new revenue streams. So then they give us some advice. All right, let's get deeper. So what questions can help us get to the root problem of each of these issues? So then they give us the questions. All right, so we got questions for each one of these issues. Great. Now, okay, we're running a consulting firm. So finally, he's like, okay, we're running a consulting firm. The salaries are obviously the biggest expense. I feel like our business model has some issues. We're not arriving at a condition where we're making profit. Can you ask me a series of questions to understand our business model and also prepare some questions that are based on helping us create a profit-making consultancy firm? Finally, okay, we're there. So now we got these questions. Very great, really, really great questions. But I don't like the structure. So, all right, so let's ask it to structure the questions. Could you take the main themes of these questions and then list the questions under the themes in columns in a table? Dun, da, da, da. Now I'm like, I don't like this. So look, and they put number 10. Is it the top? Come on. So we're getting there. So how do I redo this? So are the tables are disorganized and there is no symmetry. Does your answer reflect the task? Now, if I ask this, if I said this to a real human being, they will cry, and that's why sometimes it's a challenge for me to work with people, because either they don't know, they can't understand what I'm thinking, they're not going to be able to handle the emotional situation as I push them and try to get the information. But ChatGPT, bing, bing, bing. Here's the business model questions. Here's the pricing and sales questions. Here's the client management questions. Here's the employee management questions. Here's the cost reduction questions. Here's the revenue growth questions. Here's the partnership questions. Here's the employee development questions. Here's the cash flow management questions. And here's the performance measurement questions. This revised table should be more organized and symmetrical, reflecting the different themes and corresponding questions. Space between